Hello, my name is Drago and I'm an elemental shaman, and today I will show you on my main, actually not like the last times on my warrior and my demon hunter, how to do a vision solo full clear with a mask. Actually, I use the Mask of the Burning Bridges. You see I already collected the Mask of the Long Night, which is the first mask you'll get, but getting 50% reduced sanity as a solo player is extremely difficult, and I don't think it can be handled right now. So I'll go with the more easier one, the Mask of the Burned Bridges, which you get if you clear the lost area that is not the Rexa one. I've always forgot the name. That will leave a path of defiled ground behind you. That will drain 15 sanity per second and deal a bit of amount of damage, but the damage is irrelevant. 15 sanity drained per second is huge. Here you see the patches. They despawn after a while, but it is so that you can't go back immediately, so you have to watch your steps. I'll start in clearing the left side, and please don't wonder, I fucked up multiple times because I wasn't even sure if I'm able to do a full clear with a mask, and so I fucked up the route and some mechanics a bit. But as you see, it's not as difficult as many of you might think. It's with the Burnt Bridges mask, it's actually pretty easy. I use Psych Shredder as trinket and cyclotronic because both are incredibly powerful. I run 33 corruption, only increased crit, 12% increased crit from all sources, and gushing wounds on my shield. That's basically every corruption I have. So nothing too fancy like Echoing Void or Twilight Devastation, which would be huge for content like this. Here I use my first kebab. This is food with a 3-minute cooldown that gives you 100 sanity after 10 seconds. I would advise you to use it in the more easier dungeons, more easier areas like the starting area and the medium areas, because you will get the sanity drain for 10 seconds while you're eating without doing anything, and the sanity drain is obviously lower in those areas, so the net gain is way higher. I have a friend writing me, which is weird to see, but just try to ignore it. I started left side. I don't even know, because normally on my full clears I start right side, the drag, and then go to Rexa because it is just a faster route. This time I tried something else. And went to this area first. Here are some, not really some nasty trash packs, but some annoying one. In the top right corner you see these burrowing appendages. They are extremely annoying because they burrow themselves all the time and you can't attack them. And as I don't have stun on a short cooldown or an instant stun, I think it's extremely annoying to deal with them. And there's only one Dominator pack, meaning you don't have to be aware of that when you mass pull. See, that's what I meant. They'll burrow themselves, unable to attack, and if you stand in there you get knocked back, which can be dangerous in this area due to the madness effect split personality. If you get knocked back in there, you're disoriented for like 4 seconds. Here I use my Mean Beam again because there's another burrowing appendage. I literally hate them. I save my Cyclotronic for the mini-bosses only, especially for this one, because he has a guaranteed sanity drain. that you can't avoid. The throw from him is extremely annoying. You see, I would normally have started the boss already, but the burrowing appendage, yeah, kept me in combat. I used my sanity orb and prepped for pull, and then I killed it, or pulled it while being in this, yeah, in the sanity orb to don't lose insanity too fast, or don't waste any of this orb or time. Here I clear the right area. This is the pack with the Dominator, the only one you have to pull. I know there are two more Dominators over there on the right side, but normally you only have to pull these. In one of my runs it bugged out, and I was at 98% of the area and had to clear this pack. I don't know why, because normally it's enough to clear this pack and the packs I did before, plus this pack and both mini bosses. But yeah, that's how we're at in one pull. The next mini boss is super easy. You don't really have to yeah, think about anything, just dodge the swirlies and you're fine. Dodge this one. Now you will cast a lot of smaller ones. You just have to be on the walk, and now you can stand in front of him and cast as you see fit. Yeah. Here you see the 15 sanity drain because I was an idiot. Well, that happens. The big boss is the second hardest, I would say. With the hardest one being Rexa, because he has many mechanics that can fuck you over, like defiled ground, which is very easy to dodge, but also has these orbs you have to dodge if you're range. That's stun, and he spawns a lot of ads that are annoying to deal with if you don't have like gigantic AoE capabilities or meme beam ready. Luckily I have my good boy Steve, who took care of that. And Stormkeeper, of course. You know, Sith Lord class fantasy. Then you can use these totems. There are those totems in every area except the Zekan one, but you don't need a totem. While you're flying, you see it, the sanity doesn't get drained. So that's way better than just riding back. Now I use my second kebab to restore another 100 sanity with minimum sanity loss. There you go. The PTR, you could sit for the full 20 seconds duration and get 2 ticks of 100 sanity back. But apparently they fixed it and you can only get 1. That is why I only sit there for 10 seconds and not for the full duration. Yeah, burrowing appendages. I already told you how much I like them. So better get... here you have the affix entomophobia, which means occasionally some of these bugs will spawn. And if you don't jump, like I did, you have to run around and then are feared for 2 or 3 seconds. Which can be quite yeah, annoying if you run through your own defiled ground and lose a shit ton of sanity, just like I did. But luckily the Elite Extermination trait helped me out on this. And you can check here on the right, you can check for an NPC. You have to click the Stargate looking thingy, then an NPC can spawn, not always. That gives you 10% crit. Can be good. but you definitely don't need it for doing a full clear. Yeah, I forgot to jump, that's why I was furiously running around again. Here you have in the next pack you have a Dominator again. This pack is just the appendage, that's why I used Stormkeeper single target, just to get rid of it as fast as possible. This is, by the way, one of the areas that are way faster if you do it with more than one. But I think the content is just more fun if you do it solo. But that's up to personal preference. Yeah. If you have any further questions and maybe I forgot to explain something, just feel free to ask in the comments. Or let me know in Discord on the same name as my Shaman, Drago. Yeah, that's a bit yikes, you have to wait until they come clickable, so I just used the time to food another one of my kebabs, the kebab. The downtime when you click the last thingy, the Inquisitor will start a little roleplay I use for collecting the chests around and opening the gate to the Rexa area. By the way, you can use this trunk to line of sight the Void Torrent. I mean, you can theoretically dodge it if you have Steve up, but I didn't want to use Steve on this place. So I wanted to save it for Rexa, I guess. At least I think that's what I thought. Yeah, then I entered Rexa area with 1 orb, 750 sanity left, and my self-resurrection orb thingy. Then I have the problem that I'm not a class that is able to go Night Elf, because with Shadow Melt you can easily skip like most of the trash. You just kill Misha, then you run past the mini-boss over the bridge up to Rexa area, use Shadow Melt, and then you have to kill like 3 mobs or 4 mobs in total. Yeah, fuck me, I guess. As every class or faction that doesn't have access to Night Elves, you have to clear a couple of mobs. I tried something with Invis and Waterwalk, because you still can get around some of these. The bigger mobs, the Venom Weavers and the big bugs, they have true sight, so you can't really stealth past them. But you can swim around here. Don't walk over the corpse like I did, because that spawns some scarabs. Yeah, and then you get stunned and disoriented and basically fucked. That was not my smartest move, to be honest. But it's still way faster than killing the trash on the bridge. And I get another 200 sanity from this dude, if I don't get, you know, stunned again. I hold on to my Cyclotonic Trinket, so I can use it on Rexa, because I consider Rexa more scary than what I just did. Starting Rexer with near full sanity is something I would advise most of you if you run with a mask, because he is super. He is no problem. The problem are his boars that knock you back into disorient, then cast Void Squills, which drains 15 sanity. Luckily I had some good crits and got rid of him fast. That's when I decided to use the totem and clear the last area. The Zekan area, the one I didn't clear yet. But first I'll eat another kebab. The NPC in the blacksmith is currently up, meaning you can kill him to get 10% damage boost, but I saw it too late. So I couldn't be bothered. You see I have only 600 sanity left and no orbs, only my self-resurrection thingy. Yeah, I just clicked my dwarf because I forgot to give it a proper keybind. I normally use a keybind that's now used for my cyclotonic trinket, because normally I wouldn't use cyclotronic at all. So you see it's getting pretty close. And then I get stunned and my self-resurrection orb triggers. Here I felt a lot. You see I get hit again, but could, and again. So I basically, and I wasted my meme beam. So basically I start the last boss with around 500 sanity left, no heroism, and double the normal amount of HP, because he gets like 10% from each zone plus 25% from his mask. So you definitely want to focus the void boars and to kill one and interrupt the other, but you definitely don't want to stand inside of the defiled ground. Or to walk through your own defiled ground from the new affix. Yeah, here I misplayed again. I forgot forgot about this ability, so I used my Earthshock earlier and didn't have anything to burst down Thrall's shield, so he could chunk big amount of my sanity. But I was lucky and got all my other cooldowns up, and as you see, I timed it. It was pretty close, to be honest. But still, you see it's doable even if you fail a huge amount of times, like I did in this run. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video, you can keep a like. If you don't enjoy it, you can leave a comment what you didn't like, and maybe I read your comments and change things. Have a nice time. Goodbye.